Hey now, Fake Sagan. My question for you is a multi-parter. Number one, the first part is, what college did you go to? The second part is, what was your major? And the third part is, how far did you get before you dropped out? And there's no judgment in that, because I've had a little bit of a bumpy road myself, as far as academics go.
I don't know about this question. You're kind of asking me to drop docs on myself a little bit. I guess with the proper precautions it'll be okay. I went to Central Connecticut State University. There's my student ID minus any, pertinent information. And as you can see, I was young and I had hair like Hugh Grant because I was a dork. My major was philosophy with a minor in English, and I stayed in school for like 2.5 years, and then I dropped out because I had some personal shit going on. I'm really not going to get too much into it.
Mate, what do you think the biggest misconception about you here on YouTube is?
That's like the first good question I've ever gotten. So good, in fact, that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to answer it. Now, if I understood you correctly, and the person in your comment section is right, that is kind of a tough accent. I think you said, what is the biggest misconception about you or anyone else on YouTube? I can't really speak for anybody else, so I'll just speak for myself. But it's nothing but misconceptions. This is theater. That's what people don't seem to understand, to a large degree anyway. So I don't know how I can really rank them in order of determining which is the biggest. Well, you know how on the rear view mirror in a car it says objects may be closer than they appear? Well, I'm actually a lot sexier than I appear on the webcam. Oh yeah, baby. Well, no. Well, I am, but that's not the point. None but the oldest school players around here still remember when I started out, because a year counts as like 10 years on YouTube. I mean, that's just how quick things move around here. But for those who remember, I started out as something very different than what I am now. I used to be one of the respectable atheists, and I find it so hilarious that even among the most distrusted minority in America, there's still like this pecking order, and you still got like the outcasts on the wrong side of the fence that people like to point their finger at and scapegoat. But I used to be one of the Billy 7766 / Paul Doman / Websnarf / Gisburn / Naomi atheists. I used to be one of those quote unquote, and I hate to use this term, serious atheists. And because of that, I had a lot of contact with them. And when I made my videos, they were the ones giving me praise for them instead of the people who I get praise from now. And I remember how hollow I used to feel about doing this back then, how phony it all seemed to me. We're all a little bit disingenuous on YouTube. But the question isn't, who are the good guys and who are the bad guys. The question is, who's real and who's fake. As Ali G put it, without realness, we is nothing. Well, I mean, I could come at you guys with the most egregious bullshit, but as long as I'm speaking calmly, maybe I'm wearing a tie, and I keep my language acceptable, no curse words, oh my, I'll be thought of quite well, and everyone will probably believe what I'm telling them. But if I grow my hair out long and jump around in the garage when I make my videos, then what I'm saying must be wrong. I must be a crazy person. Oh. You know, how did people so shallow and image obsessed ever escape religion? That's what I really want to know. I mean, if you guys are such chumps that judge a book by its cover 9 times out of 10, how come you're not still yoked? Everything that you think you know is wrong. Those who you consider your enemies care about you deeply, and those who you count friends are probably plotting against you at this very moment. Up is down, left is right, white is black, and you're living in a world of illusion. I think Barack Obama is very articulate, and I liked Ron Paul better when he was called Ross Perot.
Alright, here's the toughest question of all. Why am I so goddamn sexy? Riddle me that, Batman.
Oh, I couldn't even begin to count the reasons why you're so sexy, Kaminoko. Well, you kick ass, for one thing. You're always poning the people that I don't like, and the enemy of my enemy is my friend, you know, so we have that whole mutual, thing going, and that's attractive. You're a snappy dresser. You've got that whole indie hipster look going on, and that's what the kids are doing, you know, it's sexy. The glasses work on you. You've always got like a 5 o'clock shadow kind of thing going on, and I'm a big fan of that myself. I think that's a good look. It looks good. Your hair is always kind of messed up, like you just got out of bed, and that's hot. And you're always doing this thing in your videos where you'll be in the middle of talking, and you'll suddenly reach up like this, and it's like you're just stretching out that glorious, sexy body of yours. And this is probably just a few shades gayer than I should have gone for this question. Yummy. The question is, where do I fall on a scale between George Orwell's 1984, where Big Brother won't even let us have a steak knife, and it's this dystopian nightmare that kind of resembles our resident militant pacifist in Bedlam's vision for society? Where do I fall between that and a wacky, kooky, Wild West scenario where Joe Blow down the street has a Soviet intercontinental ballistic missile in his garage between the jet ski and his box of porno mags? I guess, well, let me think, probably somewhere roughly in the middle, in the little borderland that we call sanity between the two whack job extremes, you know? Remember that? Probably somewhere roughly in that region. But if I have to lean more towards one side or the other, I'll lean towards the Wild West. Because, you know, we're always going to live in a world where anybody can snap. We share our space, we share our world with other people like us, some of whom are unpredictable, and I think that as the sharpened toothbrush in the exercise yard of the prison exemplifies, if somebody wants to fucking kill you badly enough, they're going to do it. No matter how unbearable governments make living conditions for everybody else, for the honest people who aren't going out trying to kill somebody. And you know, it kills me that people think they're going to live in a safer world where only governments are armed and citizens are not. Because who butters their bread through murder? Who's in the business of killing? It's not Joe Blow down the street. It's the guy at the recruitment center. Right? These are the professional killers, and you want them to be. You want the wolves to be armed and the sheep to be defenseless. It's insane. It's madness.